Cool, yes. I love when it gets cut off. What the hell is this now? Black and white? So we get a red dream, and we got a kind of like a black and white dream. At least they stopped the
Jake stood
space
at the
crap.
kitchen sink, scrubbing the last of the dinner dishes.
Another food one?
The warm water and rhythmic clinking of plates made his eyelids grow heavy.
Huh?
As he rinsed the final plate, he leaned against the counter, eyes closing without him realizing. In his dream, Jake found himself deep in a dense jungle, surrounded by towering trees and thick vines.
And dishware, apparently. Where the hell? Bro, this is bad. They did an atrocious job with these levels.
The air was humid, filled with the sounds of exotic birds and rustling leaves.
I can't see anything.
In his hand was a worn map, showing the way to a lost civilization hidden within the jungle. Determined, Jake began to make his way through the dense foliage, using a machete to clear his path. The jungle was alive with mysterious sounds, every rustle and snap making his heart race with anticipation. After hours of trekking, he came upon an ancient stone staircase, half covered by vines and moss. He cautiously climbed the steps, each one echoing with the history of the forgotten civilization.
Oh.
At the top, Jake gasped as he saw a massive stone temple, its carvings faded but still majestic. The temple was surrounded by crumbling statues of warriors and gods, their faces worn by time.
Hello? Okay.
As he approached the entrance, he noticed strange symbols etched into the stone, glowing faintly. The heavy stone doors creaked open as if welcoming him inside. Inside the temple, the air was cool and filled with the scent of earth and ancient stone.
Oh.
Jake lit a torch and walked down a long corridor, the walls covered in intricate carvings of battles and rituals. At the end of the corridor, he discovered a grand chamber filled with treasures, golden artifacts, jeweled crowns, and mysterious relics. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal holding a glowing crystal, pulsing with an eerie light. Jake reached out to touch the crystal, feeling its warmth radiate through his hand. As his fingers brushed the surface, the entire temple began to shake, dust falling from the ceiling. The walls seemed to come alive, the carvings moving as if telling their ancient story. Jake realized he had awakened something powerful, something that had been dormant for centuries.
This one's a little bit better.
The temple's doors began to close, and he sprinted toward the exit, the ground trembling beneath his feet.
Still, I'm like randomly moving around just to spot it, which is not great. And there are times like right now where I don't really... Okay. Can't really seem to find it, but I found it.
Just as he reached the outside, the doors slammed shut and the jungle became silent once more. Jake jolted awake at the sink, the sound of a dish clattering into the water, wondering if the lost civilization...
Cool. Once again. Man, this is... How do they get this? How do they release this, bro? Oh, cool. It's a town underwater. Nice. What the hell are those things? Weird alien fish.
Alex loved spending his afternoons playing Alien and RPG video games, immersing himself in strange worlds and epic quests. His room was filled with posters of fantastical creatures and heroic adventurers. One night, after hours of gaming, Alex finally turned off his console and crawled into bed. As soon as his head hit the pillow, he drifted off to sleep, his mind still buzzing with thoughts of adventure.
Okay.
In his dream, Alex found himself standing in front of a massive castle with towering stone walls.
An alien fish. Where the hell is the next feather, bro? Yo.
The sky was a deep purple, and 2 moons hung in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the land. The castle was surrounded by dense forests filled with mythical creatures, their eyes glowing in the dark.
Oh yeah, mythical.
Armed with a magical sword and a shield emblazoned with a dragon, Alex felt the thrill of adventure surge through him. As he stepped through the castle gates, he was greeted by a group of elves and dwarves, each with their own unique weapons. "Welcome, adventurer," said a tall elf, her voice echoing in the grand hall. "The kingdom needs your help." Without hesitation, Alex joined the group, and they began their journey through the castle's labyrinthine halls. The walls were lined with ancient tapestries depicting battles between heroes and mythical beasts.
Oh, there it is.
As they ventured deeper, the air grew colder and strange sounds echoed from the shadows. Suddenly, a giant griffin swooped down from the rafters, its wings beating. Alex raised his shield just in time to deflect the creature's sharp talons. The battle was fierce, but with the help of his new allies, Alex managed to defeat the griffin. As they continued, they encountered other creatures, goblins, trolls, and even a fire-breathing dragon. Each battle tested Alex's courage, but he fought with determination, never backing down. Finally, they reached the heart of the castle, where a powerful sorcerer awaited them.
What's with the alien fish then, bro?
The sorcerer's eyes glowed with dark magic as he summoned a horde of shadowy creatures to attack. Alex and his companions fought valiantly, their swords and spells clashing with the sorcerer's dark forces. In a final epic showdown, Alex struck the sorcerer down with a powerful blow from his magical sword. The castle began to crumble, the dark magic fading as light returned to the land. As the castle walls collapsed around them, Alex and his friends escaped just in time. Alex awoke in his bed, heart pounding, feeling as though he had truly lived the adventure he had always dreamed of.
Wow, actually finished. Okay, final level. Zombie apocalypse, maybe? Looks weird. Why is everything green and covered in moss? And why would you start me off not looking at the feather? It's dumb.
Dylan knew he should be doing his laundry, but the cozy sofa in the living room looked far too inviting.
Yo, all these kids just give up on their freaking chores just to go to take a nap.
He sat down intending to rest for just a moment, but soon his eyes grew heavy.
Whoops. Hang on.
Before he knew it, he had dozed off, the soft hum of the TV in the background lulling him into a deep sleep. In his dream, Dylan found himself standing in the middle of a bustling city, surrounded by towering skyscrapers and busy streets.
Alright, this level's weird. I don't like it. Where the hell is the next feather at, man? Oh, there it is. At least the draw distance in this one's not bad. Which is so weird. Because I feel like this level has a lot of things.
The air was thick with the sounds of honking cars and murmuring crowds, and the city lights flickered like stars above him.
It's absolutely huge.
He looked down and saw that he was dressed in a trench coat and fedora, a detective's badge gleaming on his chest.
Food market? Oh. It's definitely the end of the world, because
A
nature's
thick
taking
fog
over.
rolled through the city streets, giving the night an air of mystery and suspense.
I don't like this one. This is just way too big, way too slow. I'm literally boosting and I'm going super slow.
Dylan had a case to solve. Someone had stolen a priceless artifact from the city's most secure museum.
Wait, what? Did I pass it? Wow.
He began his investigation, visiting dark alleyways and questioning shady characters in dimly lit bars.
City life, yo.
Clues were scarce, but Dylan's keen eye caught a small torn piece of fabric near the museum's entrance.
Bro. Alright, just 15 more.
He followed the trail through the winding streets, the fabric leading him to an old, abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city.
Is that a person? Or a mannequin? Who the heck knows?
The warehouse loomed before him, its windows shattered and doors creaking in the wind.
Hunting? Arcade store. And then hunting. What? That's funny.
As he entered, Dylan's heart raced, the darkness inside thick with the smell of dust and secrecy.
Yeah, this is definitely an AI voice, man. No way.
He crept through the shadows, his flashlight cutting through the gloom, illuminating stacks of forgotten crates and cobweb-covered furniture. Suddenly, he heard a noise, a faint shuffle of footsteps behind him.
Did he now?
Dylan spun around, just in time to see a figure darting behind a pillar. He gave chase, his footsteps echoing loudly in the empty space as he pursued the mysterious figure. The figure led him through a maze of narrow corridors until they finally emerged in a hidden room deep within the warehouse.
Alright, almost done. Come on, man. Yo, why do they make this level so big?
In the center of the room, the stolen artifact gleamed under a single hanging light bulb.
Doesn't even make sense with regards to the narration, I don't think. Kinda lost this guy.
The figure turned to face him, revealing a masked thief with piercing eyes.
Haven't really been paying attention, but I mean, I don't know.
Dylan drew his detective's revolver, aiming it steadily at the thief as they squared off.
What the hell is that building? And where's his feather at? Oh, there it is. Alright, come on, 3 more.
After a tense standoff, the thief surrendered, dropping the artifact and fleeing into the night.
Yeah, some kind of artifact, like what? And why is there a bouncy castle? Randomly to the right there. What is this? You know, these games make no freaking sense.
Dylan retrieved the artifact, feeling a surge of triumph as he secured it in his coat pocket.
Oh wait, no! Wrong direction. Yeah, I gotta line myself up.
He left the warehouse and returned to the city, the fog lifting as dawn approached.
Alright.
Just as the first rays of sunlight touched the skyscrapers, Dylan awoke on his sofa, the sound of the TV.
Okay, goodbye. The sound of the TV humming in the background, laundry done, something like, I don't know. Anyway, so that was AERY Dreamland. I mean, not much to say about this game. They don't get any better, unfortunately. This one was kind of weird, especially because of the fact that they reused. First of all, they reused the same level twice in the same game, just kind of changed some things up a little bit. I mean, you know, you could kind of tell that like the template was the same. You know, they do, and obviously a lot of the levels here they did recycle from previous games, just like they have always done. They just changed some things up, and then like just the feather placement in this one was pretty atrocious. The fact that they used the space sci-fi theme like in the 6 or 7 of the levels, maybe like 5 or 6 levels, was really a poor choice in my opinion. Like it was just too much, because this wasn't supposed to be. I mean, even when you look at this, you know, this title screen, like it doesn't look like, you know, what you're gonna experience throughout this game is a lot of sci-fi. But you know, like for somebody like me who's not a fan of sci-fi, that was kind of a letdown. I'm not really a sci-fi fan. I'm more of a fantasy fan. But you know, I mean, it is what it is. Like I knew what I was getting myself into. Like with every single one of these games, it's mostly just for the achievements and nothing else. You know, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's nothing much else to say. Other than this was AERY Dreamland, another one of, you know, another game that you should expect if you know the series. They're gonna keep making them, and they're gonna keep milking them the way that they do, and they're probably gonna keep regurgitating the same, you know, levels and assets over and over again. I don't think that they're gonna really make these levels any more innovative than they really. I mean, they're not to begin with, so they're not gonna innovate anymore, I don't think. Maybe, who knows, one day. I mean, you know, wishful thinking would be nice. But yeah, I mean, you know, like it would be nice if there was more like dynamic elements and more like, I don't know, objects that actually moved, and you know, the uniqueness to the levels. And it would be also nice if the feathers were just like placed in a nice pattern, and there was no like where did it go? Where do I go next? Like, I don't know, like they do that in some levels, and then other games. I mean, in some games, and then other games, it's just like why? Like it's just random, and it's just doesn't make sense. And then, you know, and then you keep revisiting the same points in the level. Like if you're gonna make a small level, and you know, to the point where like you're gonna feel like you're placing the feathers in like similar places as before. Like if you're gonna make the player go to the same areas, then just reduce the feather count for that level. Like this one was different in terms of the fact that it had like 25 feathers per level. They don't normally do that. They vary the amount, and this one for some reason stuck to 25. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not sure why they keep doing that. Like, I don't think anyone would be upset if every level was 10 feathers and that's it. You know, like, yeah, it makes the game a little shorter, but I don't think that, you know, bloat is fun. You know, like you're making the game longer, but you're just making it longer and more annoying, because you're making people revisit same places in a level that like, why? Like, I've already seen this. I don't need to see it again. But maybe that's just my take. I don't know. But yeah, as always. So once again, this was AERY Dreamland, another one, another AERY in the bag, another one of the series. There's like a couple more that I have left after this, and they're gonna keep releasing these as I mentioned. But yeah, you know, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one. Peace.